Well, hello. You've probably seen my stories so far in that I like to cook a lot. And as you can see, I work at Snooze, a restaurant. And I have been learning from my coworkers, cooking a lot more. And I thought I would post some videos of me cooking. Might be comical, might be entertaining, because I am not the most put together or clean cook in terms of I'll splash flour here and make a mess here. So it'll be fun. And I have learned how to make a better pizza dough from one coworker, but then also love Tegan Gerard, who is the woman behind Half Baked Harvest. I think her butternut squash prosciutto pizza is the best pizza I think I've ever had. And she posted it about a month ago. This is now the third time that I'm making it already. So I'm gonna start with the dough and we'll see how it goes. First, I am gonna do it by weight instead of by just the cup. Well, if my scale will turn on. I just put new batteries in it too. Let's see. It's not turning on. I'll come back. Okay, I'm back. I think the scale is old and dead, so no scale today. We're gonna go by volume. So you get, I'm making a half recipe from this pizza dough recipe from Serious Eats. Highly recommend that site because it explains a whole lot more of the science of why you're making the recipe the way that you are. And so, we're gonna go with one. Yeah, that's good. That is bread flour, by the way. And then I'm gonna do about 3/4 of a tablespoon of sugar. I'm gonna do the math as we go along. So, and then half a tablespoon of salt. And then 1 teaspoon of yeast. And I'm using instant yeast. Now, the food processor is going to blend it up. And then we need 1.5 tablespoons of oil. And then 3/4 cup. But the water needs to be lukewarm, so I'm gonna nuke it for like 20 seconds. I always check it with the thermometer to see if it's around like 110 degrees. I might even do a little bit longer. Pour this in. And it's gonna mix with the yeast. And that should be good. Ta-da! Alright. So I literally am just gonna flour this, put this in a Tupperware, and put it in the fridge for a day. 24 hours. You rub your hands together like this, all the little bits and pieces come off. It's like when you played with Play-Doh and had the snakes, you made snakes, all these little snakes come off your fingers. Isn't that a great visual that you want when you're making pizza? I think that's officially done. Oh, pizza dough, woohoo! Hello and welcome back. I have changed my outfit. This is later in the evening. But I am cutting a red onion and blinking a lot because my eyes are filled with tears. But I'm making the caramelized onions for the pizza. So this is the next step. And I thought it might be comical. It's at least painful for me. But after you start cutting, or you peel the onion, you cut it in half. I can't see. And just slice Ugh. Like this. Ugh. And I'm going much slower. Ugh. Tears are streaming down. I don't know if you can see that. Oh my goodness. Y'all. Ugh. I can't. But make sure you don't cut with your eyes closed, because that could be very dangerous. Okay, I made it. And I'm now tasting my tears because they have fully streamed down my face. Ooh. Ooh. I'm gonna save these onions because I'm actually gonna assemble the pizza tomorrow. You'll see me finish this in a different outfit once again. Oh my goodness. Okay, that's enough for now. Now that I've dried my face after the onion adventure, here's butternut squash. Now this thing is a little bit dangerous to cut, but we can do it. Maybe. I cut half and then turn it and cut the other side. Actually, I'm going to cut the top off first. Or almost got it all the way through. Ta-da! Okay. Time to scoop out some seeds. Now comes the very tedious part, peeling this thing. And there's no real easy way to do it, as far as I know, other than maybe going down like this. But even that's not super easy. So I'm just gonna go ahead and finish this and come back to you when I'm done. Okay, I got hot, so I took my jacket off. And for this recipe, I'm only gonna use a half a butternut squash. So I just set the other half aside and then slice like this into slices like, I do like a centimeter thick, because I don't want massive chunks on the pizza. And then go a long ways. I don't really know if this is the best way to cut the butternut squash, but you know what? It's gonna be how it's gonna be. And then you put these in a pan, which is where we'll toss them with oil and seasonings and honey and sage. Any of the strings, I'm gonna try and get those off too. I don't want strings. Oops. Look at this. Ta-da! Okay. Next, the things to add in. But I gotta double check the recipe. Hold on. Okay, checked the ingredients. 2 tablespoons olive oil. Really, I don't need to make sure it's exactly 2 tablespoons, but just for the sake of doing it. 2 tablespoons of chopped fresh sage. Beautiful. And then 2 teaspoons honey. Actually, I'm just gonna use. And ooh, I just learned something. If you put the honey in the same spoon that you used olive oil, it helps it to come right out and it's not stuck inside. Pro tip. Let's see, 1/2 teaspoon cinnamon. 1/2 teaspoon cayenne. A dash of red chili flakes. Salt and pepper. Just found some butternut squash on my salt. And toss together. Yeah, this butternut squash really sticks to the hands. You gotta see this. Oh, I'm not very good at holding the camera. Oil here. All right, it is ready to go in the oven and roast for about 20 minutes. See you soon. Okay, now cheese grating. This is Fontina cheese, and then I also have mozzarella, and I use whole fat, not part skim or whatever, because it makes the pizza better. And it's gonna end up making like just under a cup of grated cheese for both kinds, as in a cup of mozzarella and maybe like 3/4 cup Fontina. And that should be about enough for one pizza. And it's really good, and that's all I'm doing here. And once you get down to the last bit, you know what that means. You get to eat it. So good. And then, da 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 da, the cup of cheese. Oh, so good. So good. Now I'm gonna do the mozzarella next to it. For some reason, fresh grated is so much better than buying the pre-grated. So it's worth the extra effort. All right. Ready for tower number 2 to be revealed? Cheese tower. It fell. Okay, I'm done with the prep for tonight. Got my 2 cheeses, which means tomorrow we assemble. Welcome back. Here I will assemble the pizza. I need lots of flour. But you have to take it out of the fridge at least a couple hours before you want to use it so that it's warmed up to room temperature and nice and soft and pliable. Whoa, that was a lot. Don't worry, I'm not going to toss this in the air. Uh-oh, making holes. I just kind of let it, the gravity, stretch it out. And then take some olive oil, and I just kind of use my hands because sometimes I'll use a pastry brush and sometimes I won't even bother. And I'm just gonna rub around the edge. And that's good. Okay, first ingredient to go down, caramelized onions, which I just cooked earlier. Forgot to film that part, sorry. But the secret ingredient is caramelizing it with apple cider, and you let the apple cider reduce, boil away, and the flavor is incredible. Okay, one down. Then cheese. I have both mozzarella and fontina, if you remember from before. Cheese is on, and if some of the cheese gets on the crust, that's actually really tasty. So, messy is good. Next, prosciutto. And just kind of take some strips and shred it. You can't even really see this lighting very well. That's not very good. There you go. I'll show you again in a minute. Okay. And last but not least, butternut squash. And why not get some of the juices? It's ready. And my hands are so messy. Alright, so then I'm going to slide this onto a baking sheet, and then it's going to come in the oven. Just like that. And it's going to be in there for like 12 minutes total, but I'll keep an eye on the crust to make sure it doesn't overcook, and that's when it's ready. Can't wait! Alright, I think the pizza's done. I'm gonna turn it off. And, oh yeah. Slide it back onto the sheet. And I'm not gonna touch the pizza steel or the stone because they are way too hot. But look at this! Oh, it's gonna fall down. Oh yeah. Okay. And grab the pizza cutter, and I'll go from here. The pizza steel makes the crust crispy on the bottom, and the stone radiates the heat. And together, they just make the perfect soft but crispy crust. Uh-oh. Oh my goodness, it's gonna be so good. And voila, there you have the butternut squash prosciutto pizza and caramelized onions. And I did it. Bye.